Motif is a next generation online broker and investment advisor, really obsessed with making investing intuitive and easy. Our mission is to take financial products, make them easier to use, and distribute them. And so we have an online broker that's targeted at retail investors where you can build portfolios around anything and transact in one click. We also have an institutional business where we use our thematic models. We partner with large institutions like Goldman Sachs and US Bank, and we build these products together and then we distribute them through the partners channel. So we've built a product that's really built around humans, right? And we really study how humans work and then actually build the technology and the financial products around that. So for example, we think people can express what they want to invest in to different degrees of complexity, but the problem they have is acting on those expressions. So very simply, we can allow people to invest in drones, invest like an Ivy League endowment manager. If they can express what they want, we have the technology and the product to allow people to act on those expressions. I think I always say follow the money, right? Does it change the economics of investing? And if the answer is not really, then that's usually a sign that it's not innovation. It's certainly not disruptive innovation. The second thing I always say is if a large incumbent can clone your model in a few months and in a few days have a bigger business, that's not innovation. So we obsess about making products that cannot be easily cloned. I think it's critical. One of the hardest things for newbies in this space is really to scale distribution. Acquiring customers and distribution is usually the biggest challenge in this industry. So for us, we've not only partnered with them, they're big investors in our company, and what we've done is we focused on what we think we do best, which is pure innovation, and then we partner with their sales teams, their channel, to help us distribute the product. I think it's hard. I mean, generally, in the asset management and the investing space, it's pretty rare, and I think it boils down again to how do you scale customers in a cost-effective way, right? In markets like these where people are worried, they tend to gravitate to established brands, not as willing to try. There's a lot of obsession around millennials. Problem is millennials, for the most part, don't have a lot of money yet. And so really trying to connect to them early is great, but not if you have investors who are looking for a return. I think so. I mean, I think a lot of our partnerships, we've won them simply because we do things quicker, faster, cheaper, better, right? So we partnered with a large SMA provider because we could build thematic indexes at a fraction of the cost using technology where they use teams of research. So if you're really trying to build a business and the limitation of your growth are interesting, sophisticated models, why wouldn't you partner? The biggest thing that a lot of companies should do is really start working closely with startups. Don't open up an innovation center in Silicon Valley. That typically doesn't help. I think lots of companies are coming here, planting their flagpole here, thinking that's the way to go in. And some of it is cultural. You live in Silicon Valley, you get exposed to that through osmosis. But I think that the best way we've seen companies, not just we do this, but a lot of other companies do, is really find a good partnership where roles are defined, and all of a sudden you get to learn from each other. I think the business model innovation is what we're going to look at next. I think right now it's pure technology, pure product experience, pure customer wow when they use the product. I think the next wave of innovation over the next 2 or 3 years are really rethinking business models. Right? I think reach outside of your organization. Really go out, meet with startups, pilot, test stuff. My biggest advice is to actually run a pilot very quickly. But I think there are some simple models where you start small, get a pilot, get it out the door, and set yourself a deadline of like, I've got to do something in 3 months. and reverse engineer back from what can you get to 3 months. That's a new product on the market. I think those are the kinds of things you can do to kind of spur up and really get some of the enthusiasm of getting products out the door quickly.